Certain things are better left unsaid. Maybe that you're an accident and no one really wanted you. All right, how about that? Okay, that was a little harsh. Got 100 moms here. Let's see if they tell the truth, if their kids were an accident or not. This is on the internet, so let's just get right into it. Yes, 100 mothers. Was your kid an accident?
Was your kid an accident or planned?
Ooh. Surprise!
Oh, she was an accident.
So what happened was, I didn't know I was pregnant until 6 months in. I honestly thought I was very bloated. I was like, oh. So I went to the doctors. They were like, oh, congratulations, you're pregnant. I was like, yeah, fucking right, huh?
Wait a minute. What? I was supposed to have my period and I did not.
Was your kid an accident?
I found out when I was 3 months pregnant and I actually had 2 periods.
Were you just spotting at that time?
I know, full on 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
By the time I found out, I was already 4.5 months. So it was kind of like, shit, we're in it. And you find
Everyone's finding out mad late.
getting real big and it like, what's going on?
Were your kids an accident?
My eldest was, I think surprise. It was a surprise. It was a tequila baby, so.
What do you mean by tequila baby?
Damn.
I'm laughing over there.
I always used to joke and say tequila gets you pregnant. And then, you know, went to Mexico.
I had kind of been drinking. There was some wine involved.
We went to see a band.
Like, you know, turn to that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think like, oh, kid was gonna come.
Were your kids an accident?
Oh my God, no. We really practiced.
He was playing.
That was kind of fun.
There was a whole lot of planning.
Mine were very much planned because we adopted all of our kids.
It only took like 2 months.
We tried for 9 months. Every single month, I probably peed on like 5 pregnancy tests.
I don't think I've ever met like anyone that was a planned baby. For sure an accident. Nobody wants a kid at 22, 23 years old. That's as simple as that. People that plan their kids just know they're good. All right, they at least got 2 floors in their own home. They live in a nice suburb.
Did you have your kid on purpose? I was devastated that I was pregnant.
I was
Damn.
terrified. It was scary.
I was pretty overwhelmed.
Shit. I just didn't want one with who I was with at the time.
Oh shit, I don't even know this guy.
When I had her, I wasn't exactly at the best place mentally.
I had just started my career.
There was not a plan of having a 3rd one. I was very depressed for probably all of my pregnancy.
Like, what the hell's going on? Like, man, I'm never gonna have any freedom and stuff, you know, I'll never be free. I'm always gonna have kids.
Did you plan on having a kid?
My youngest is actually a failed abortion. I had a full-blown surgical DNC with her, and so apparently they just nicked part of the yolk sac and completely missed her. And so she came out with all her fingers and toes and every body part, so that's good.
You realize this is going on the internet, right? Things just got a funny way of coming back. Thing is, I could be that too, and I would never know.
Any of your kids' accidents?
Yeah. Yes. If it happens, it happens. And I'm not gonna be mad if it happens.
They were not planned, but not prevented. We didn't use any sort of protection. It was hard to stay 6 feet away from each other in a 2-room apartment.
No, I probably won't even get pregnant. We were just gonna kind of roll with it. So they were all happy accidents, but
Okay.
kind of planned. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. You knew what you were doing.
Planned or an accident?
My first one's like a prom night baby, so.
Prom night?
I got pregnant on spring break.
You know what's funny? Is that it's spring break this week. Boys or girls, you're in Fort Lauderdale, Puerto Rico, where else? Cancun. Guys, just know that could be your girl. And girls, just know that could be your man impregnating another woman. I know you're scared. You're devastated. You're like, oh my God, is he doing this? Oh my God, is she doing this? Yes, they are. That's think in your head. Move on. It's a canon event. Everyone got to go through it. Just keep going.
I just became a mom. I was a teen parent. It was the first time I had sex, so I was like, surprise! I'm really.
The very first time you did it, you got a kid. Yo, I'd be scared. I would never want to do it again. I would never want to do it. I'd be like, bro, because it does only take that one time. The likelihood of someone having a baby with their very first time, there's got to be a statistic on that, bro. What is the likelihood of that?
You found out you were pregnant.
My test popped up within 30 seconds, and it was the Dollar Tree test. So when they tell you that the Dollar Tree test is the truth, they really are. They really work.
And I looked down and I screamed. I immediately grabbed my best friend, took her into my office, and we looked down and I was like, oh fuck.
And just staring at it.
I had tunnel vision.
And I ran out of the clinic as fast as I could, and I threw the pregnancy test at my partner's head.
Life changing.
Were your kids planned or an accident?
My oldest was planned and my second was a surprise.
It's a happy accident, but there's still love.
I love how they say
Didn't they
surprise
say
or happy
Wild.
accident.
Actually, on my way here today, my son goes, "Mom, am I a reminder of you and Dad having sex?" And I'm like, "Where is this coming from?" Yes.
Did you plan on having your kid, or was he an accident?
My family thinks he was an accident, but he was planned.
What do you mean?
I was really, really nervous to tell my family. And so I was just like, I don't know how this happened. The birth control didn't work. No.
Who's the first person you told outside of your partner?
My dad was just, this is what happens when you have unprotected sex. My grandma had recently passed, and like a month before she passed, I walked in the room and she was like, "You pregnant?" And I was like,
That's
"No,
crazy.
Was your little poopy an accident?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And what was it like
Right
when
in front of the
you
baby
found out
too?
you were pregnant?
Crazy.
Oh, I know immediately the next morning. I just felt physically different.
I was at my sister's house. We had hot dogs and red Gatorade, and I threw up all over in her bathroom.
Oh,
Was your kid a happy surprise?
Oh yeah, of course. Because when I had my kids, I was 37 already.
Me and her dad were already together. Looking back at the videos of like when we're like finding out, he didn't seem too excited. He seemed so scared. I'm like, babe, why do you look so scared? He's like, I was, but I didn't want to like say that. I wanted to keep the baby and I didn't know if that would be a deal breaker for him.
I was more nervous because I was going to have to tell my husband, but I've had like that motherly instinct my whole life.
What I can remember is that I was joyful, I was stressless.
Amazing, excited. More than anything, more than like the job that I have, more than any goal I could ever have, I wanted to be a mom.
I had no problem, with deciding whether or not to keep her.
But I made it through. She's good.
It wasn't my accident. My wife had him with someone else before she was ready to do that.
Oh,
Their
okay.
accident is my blessing. That sounds so corny, but it's true. I wouldn't be a parent without that happening.
Damn, so 55 yeses, 21 no's, and at least 124. The likelihood is that whoever's watching this, you're a big time accident. Do the math, all right? If your parents had you young, it's like 100% sure it wasn't you were an accident, bro. I hope you guys learned a lot. And what is that lesson? Be safe. Be very careful. Just know if your partner's on spring break in any one of those locations, just choose peace. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Fun stuff. And I'll talk to y'all in a bit. And peace out.